What's up, Soul Family? Glorious rising to you all. Welcome back to Soul Family Oracle. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, welcome to the family. This is Soul Family Oracle, where I channel messages from the divine, from the depth of our soul, from our ancestors, our soul family, cosmic tribe. And it's great to have you here. Always please listen with discernment and leave what does not resonate with you. If it's not yours, don't make it stick. This message that I'm about to deliver is something that had been coming to me for a while, and I decided to do this particular video on it because I was called to after, well, before, but like really pulled to do it after a message I posted in the community tab about how I get a lot of people tell me how Earth is so ghetto and they don't want to reincarnate back on Earth and it's so horrible here and this and this and that. And the divine was telling me to tell the collective that we should stay humble and grateful to Earth for the opportunity to be here, to be able to go through our ascension phases and to be able to go through all the things that Earth gives us or gift us. And some of the comments were from, I guess, people got triggered, right? Now, with this particular message here, what I need for the people that this is for. Now, first of all, who is this for? This message is for a collective that have come on earth to go through a cycle, to purge themselves, and to release the karma of the things that was done in the past. This is also for a collective of offsprings and generations of gods and goddesses that caused some hideous crimes. Now, when we think of the gods, a lot of us might think the gods are all knowing, the gods are immaculate, perfect, supreme in all their ways. But, oosh, my heart is beginning to beat fast. But what I'm being called to share with the collective is that a lot of us are here going through the trials we're going through because of the sins of the gods, because of the sins of our forefathers. A lot of us as demigods and as deities and stuff like that are going through these trials we're going through because of the doings of our forefathers and the gods of which we are offsprings of. Some of these gods in the times before now, during the wars that have occurred through multiple spaces, in multiple cosmic spaces, was as a result or was because of their pride, was because of their greed, was because of their selfishness, and was because of their lack of empathy for people of lower spiritual status. There was a time before now when the gods took their powers into their own hands. Well, not like the gods weren't entitled to their power, but abused the powers that they have. Some of these things or some of this abuse of power resulted in the death of innocent people, resulted in the extinction of innocent civilizations, resulted in the extinction or wiping out of civilizations that may have been a threat or civilizations that were not in agreement with some of the things that the gods required or some of the rules that were in these particular realms. Now, this channeling is not coming from a specific place, but from multiple places across the the cosmic the cosmic um the cosmic plate, right? Some of us are here to clear karma. This is something that has fallen on us to do because after thousands of years, we are still living under some of the things or the influence of some of the things or some of the wrongdoings of the gods. We are living under karma for some of the things that the gods did. that not only weakened their position as gods, but also brought upon curses to the generations to come. When we talk about generational curses, we often think of the curses from our bloodline, like, the our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers, and all those things. But for a lot of us that have cosmic roots, there are generational curses that are also from our what? Cosmic, not cosmic, but from our ancestors in different realms who are gods and goddesses. As I explained last time, like, the people I channel for on this channel are mainly gods and goddesses of different realms, from different realms, cosmic energies, royalties, past life royalties, star seeds, ascended masters, healers, shamans, past life priests and priestesses, people that are needing to be reactivated into a certain form of power for this new earth. A lot of us came as volunteers to help mankind, seeing what mankind has to go through based on all the different influences and all the different forms of manipulation that we have had to endure, based on all the different things that we have had to face because of all the different wars and all the different mistakes that have happened before now. When some of us look at Earth and all the things that happen, we realize, and we do know, especially being empaths, you can feel just how off the energy is and how terrible things are. Sometimes these things make your stomach churn and make you want to cry, because it's like, how is it that in this beautiful world and all this beauty that we live in, we still face these things or still have to go through these things and have to experience these things and treat each other this way and be so cruel to each other, to be so inhumane to each other. And so a lot of us volunteer to come back on earth to share our knowledge and to share our light, to help bring more love and light onto this planet, right? Some of us volunteered as a result because we are from the lines of some of the people that caused this, because we ourselves have had families or who are spiritual beings that were part of the initial errors or mistakes that were made. In other words, we owe mankind. We owe mankind. We owe this planet. The time that we're spending here to clear the karma and to help elevate man and to help heal earth, for some is as a result of the karma that has been accumulated from the gods that you descended from. I'm getting the story of Medusa, right? I'm getting the story of Medusa from the stories that we know to be true now, not the stories that we were told from the myth of who Medusa was, but what we know of how Medusa became Medusa. For those who know, it is told of how beautiful Medusa was, more beautiful than all the maidens that had been seen. And that I can't remember, but I don't want to go searching now. So I'll just say a god and goddess instead of their actual names, because I can't remember. And how she was abused, raped by a god. And instead of receiving justice, she was rather punished by the goddess that was partnered with the god, or was partnered to the god, because she became jealous and angry that he had taken advantage of her and blamed her and her beauty, and so cursed Medusa to become the monster that she is told to be in the myth, and for her to not be able to hold the gaze of any man. Do you get what I'm saying? This, when you think of it, is a terrible thing. After being abused, she is then punished by being cursed. This is karma that has to be paid at some point at some point in some lifetime. This is not something that were, even though yes, the gods, this is not something that was beyond the gods to pay, but of course, in all their might and all their power, it wouldn't be the same as just a regular deity or human being. And this is where the abuse of power came in. When the gods reached a point where they felt too powerful to consider other lesser beings or lesser spiritual beings. Mind you, there are a lot of different gods. There are a lot of different gods. Higher gods, lesser gods. It comes in different ranks, in different spaces. There are a lot of different gods. And all these goddesses and gods, depending on whether they have generations or even affiliations by energy, this karma can be transferred in this way. So back to what led me to, what guided me to do this particular video. In this time right now, it is important for us to remain humble. It is important for us to remain compassionate to the earth and to mankind, and to consider that yes, mankind can be very cruel to ourselves and to the earth, but mankind, the life that mankind lives right now is based on survival, is based on trauma. And a lot of these traumas were not caused by mankind initially, but caused by higher spiritual beings like the gods. The sins that were committed thousands of years ago, sins that were committed before the time of mankind, still has trickled down, and some of us continue to purge those things. Mind you, also some of us are here doing multiple things at the same time. Our time here on earth, especially in this time, is clearing out a lot of old energies from multiple bloodlines, from multiple lineages, from multiple families. And these energies can be so heavy, especially again for us empaths, being able to feel so profoundly the pain that is in the earth and the instability that is in the air, the confusion that is going on in people's minds and in people's energies. A lot of the state of how we live right now is because of the sins of the gods. Before, and I'm just speaking from what I believe, before the time of earth, before earth was born, one of the biggest sins was committed against the primordial waters. The primordial waters being also a reflection of Tiamat, the primordial dragon. Now, if you know the story of Tiamat and how Earth or planet Earth was created under the story or under this belief, it is believed that Tiamat, who was a primordial dragon, was the goddess of the sweet waters. And for millennia, she paired with the god of the clear waters. Is it? I hope I don't want to use the wrong words or to give the wrong message. And from them merging their waters or blending their waters for millennia, a new creation was born. This creation was in the form of life, was in the form of living organisms that would eventually create a whole new world, right? And the most important was offsprings. Their merging and blending was what is believed to have created some of the planets that we know now. These were their children. These were the creations of these two waters merging. And so for instance, some people in the New Age spiritual communities believe Tiamat to be the primordial mother, and the the one that ushered in the life form that is Earth. But how that came about exactly is something that we'll get into. So moving forward, after these offsprings were created, who are believed to be some of the different planets that we know now were created, it is believed that there was a period of chaos and tyranny on their creation caused by their own offsprings, their own children, these other planets that had been born from the merging of their primordial waters. Tiamat saw how her own children were causing harm to the earth, including Absu also, who was her partner, and he decided that they had to be punished. However, Tiamat wasn't really in agreement and maybe felt, well, I don't know this part, but I'm just chipping in that maybe felt that they could be redeemed and they could be guided to be more loving to the creations around them or to the creations of their primordial energy, right? Now, these offsprings were considered gods and goddesses in the cosmos. And moving forward from he wanted to punish them, it is believed that the children decided that they would kill him, and so they killed him. Tiamat, being the partner, was so devastated and pained when she found out what had been done that she decided to go to war against the gods, her own children, because not only were they becoming a detriment to her creation by being monsters and not appreciating, tearing down, destroying what she had created or what they had born or brought into being, they had also killed her partner, the primordial father of all these creations. And so Tiamat decided to go to war with them. Now, fast forward to go to war with them for them to be able to to avoid being destroyed by Tiamat. They planned and they killed Tiamat. From killing Tiamat, which some of us also believe was a joint operation, not just with the gods, but with help from other darker energies, because Tiamat was very much stronger than they were. And from killing Tiamat, they used her primordial energy and elements from her being, her body, to create Earth. Now, when you look at the story of how the gods destroyed the creations of Tiamat and then killed her and her partner, and then now became the heroes because Tiamat wanted to go to war with them, and all the story was centered around Tiamat wanting to go to war with the gods. When really, this energy that she was in was as a result of the crimes of the gods. This is just another depiction of how the gods have caused quite an amount of chaos from mistakes they've made and from their own sins. And for the collective that this message is for, that are under this energy or from this lineage, some of you are here to pay that debt back to mankind, back to the universal energy. And so, for whatever reason we're here, it's really important to remember that however high you are of who you truly are, if your true self is a god, or if your true self is a deity, or if your true self is a high ranking spiritual being, it doesn't warrant for you to decide that you are higher than mankind, or that you have more importance than mankind, or that mankind doesn't deserve compassion, or that mankind doesn't deserve love, or that mankind doesn't deserve forgiveness. Because a lot of the things that mankind goes through and a lot of the things that earth goes through is just the trickle down effect of the sins of the gods, the sins of our forefathers. And so I think all I really want to pull out of this message to share is that some of us do owe earth and mankind, and we are here to pay that debt, even though we are here to also collect debt of things that have been done to us. Like I said, we are operating in an energy from different lineages, from different bloodlines. So we are clearing out multiple things. We are undoing things from different um, 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 lineages, and we are doing things for different lineages. And so it's important to remember this, the part that owes something to earth and mankind. And it's not something that has to be paid in any sense, but to be paid in kindness and love and compassion and in honor to the service that we came here to do in order to help clean up the mess that the gods, some of the gods, and some of our forefathers made. It's not all of them, so just to clarify that. It's 21:21 on my timer. And I think that's where I'll leave this message. For whoever this message is for, I hope it finds you well. Sending you blessings of love, of protection, of positive abundance. And please, always, let's try to operate from a space of love and light and divine chaos only when it's necessary. Thank you. Have a blessed evening.